4 weeks in Genoa City, things seemed almost normal on the surface. Noah Newman was finally starting to rebuild his life, trying to put behind him the chaos of his past relationships and focus on a new project that was supposed to define his future. Kyle Abbott, one of his oldest friends and sometimes rival, had also been keeping busy with his own issues. His complicated relationship with Summer, his tension with Jack, and his struggle to find balance between love, loyalty, and family. But neither of them could have imagined the storm that was quietly brewing behind the scenes, a storm named Sienna Rosales. At first, Sienna returned to Genoa City under the guise of redemption. She claimed she wanted to make peace, fix her reputation, and start fresh. People were skeptical, but Kyle, with his forgiving nature, decided to give her a chance. He remembered the pain she had endured, the heartbreak she had suffered, and he thought maybe she truly had changed. But what no one knew was that behind Sienna's soft smiles and promises of starting over, her mind was dark, twisted, and consumed by one person, Noah Newman. Sienna blamed Noah for everything that had gone wrong in her life. She believed he had humiliated her, turned people against her, and stolen every opportunity she ever had. That anger festered deep inside her, quietly transforming into something sinister. She began to stalk him, follow his movements, and slowly plan what she believed was the perfect revenge. Kyle started noticing strange behavior from Sienna long before he knew what she was planning. She'd show up at Crimson Lights at odd hours, staring out the window like she was waiting for someone. She'd flinch whenever Noah's name came up in conversation, or suddenly change the subject. Sometimes Kyle would catch her whispering on the phone, her voice trembling with anger. One night, he saw her tearing up photos that included Noah's face. Still, Kyle didn't suspect murder. He thought maybe she was struggling emotionally or still battling with heartbreak. But the moment that shattered his assumptions came one evening at society. Sienna had left her purse on the table while she went to the restroom, and when Kyle's phone accidentally fell near it, he noticed a small notebook peeking out. Out of pure instinct, he picked it up, and what he saw inside nearly made his heart stop. Pages and pages of plans. Notes written in frantic handwriting. Times, locations, and even a list of accidents that could happen to Noah. It wasn't just anger, it was obsession. There were detailed descriptions of Noah's schedule, where he went every morning, what time he left the bar when he walked home, and the alleyways he used to avoid paparazzi. Kyle froze. His mind went blank as his hands trembled, flipping through the pages in disbelief. Every part of him wanted to think this was a misunderstanding, some crazy journal therapy exercise. But then he found something that made everything horrifyingly real. A photo of Noah torn in half with red marker across it spelling out, "He'll never ruin me again." The next day, Kyle followed her discreetly. She met with someone in a dark corner near Chancellor Park. Hidden behind the trees, Kyle could only catch fragments of the conversation, but what he heard confirmed his worst fears. Sienna's voice was sharp, cold, and filled with venom. "It's simple," she hissed. "He won't see it coming. One little accident, and no one will ever suspect me." Kyle's heart raced as he realized she was serious. She was planning something that could actually take Noah's life. Torn between shock and fear, he didn't know whether to confront her immediately or go to the authorities. But the thought of Sienna, someone he once cared about, turning into a potential killer was too much for him to process. He decided to confront her face to face, hoping against hope that there was still some part of her humanity left. That night, Kyle went to her apartment. The lights were dim and she was sitting by the window, staring into the darkness like she was waiting for something to happen. When she saw Kyle, she smiled, but it was the kind of smile that didn't reach her eyes. "Kyle," she said softly, "you shouldn't be here. You didn't waste time. I know what you're planning, Sienna. I saw your notebook. I heard you last night. What are you doing?" Her face changed instantly, the sweetness melting away to reveal something darker. "You shouldn't have done that," she whispered, standing up slowly. "You don't understand, Kyle. He ruined me. He made me look like a fool. He destroyed every chance I had. You think he gets to walk around happy while I live with this pain?" Kyle's voice broke with disbelief. "You're talking about killing him. This isn't justice, it's madness." Sienna's eyes glistened with unshed tears. "Madness? No, Kyle. Madness was believing he cared about me. Madness was thinking people like Noah and his family ever pay for what they do. I'm just making it even." When Kyle realized she wouldn't stop, he grabbed his phone to call Nick, but Sienna lunged forward, trying to snatch it away. The struggle got intense. Glass shattered and the tension exploded into raw emotion. Kyle managed to push her back just enough to dial for help.